Thank you so much for everything that you're doing. I'm sure everybody here really appreciates it.
Thank you.
I have a question as far as with prescription medications and how it fits in with the plan that you and Governor Romney have.
So it also is in Medicare you're talking about as well, right? So if you take a look at Obamacare, one of the studies that have come out since Obamacare passed is that Obamacare actually raised the price of prescriptions. Our interest is not raising prescription prices, it's keeping prices lower. One thing we learned, though, about the Part D prescription drug program, it is a program that is often called premium support. So here's what happened. The prescription drug program was designed in a way that gives the senior citizen, the Medicare beneficiary, the right to choose the plan that's right for her. So she is the nucleus of the prescription drug program. What that means is she gets to pick the plan that she likes. If she doesn't like her plan this year, she can get rid of it and get another plan next year. These plans they can't cherry pick. They have to take all comers, and we force prescription drug providers to compete against each other for her business. And we subsidize her premiums based on who she is. Total coverage if she's low income, good coverage if she's middle income, not as much coverage if she's a higher income person. And what this has done has brought costs below what we thought it would be by 41%. Name me another program that came in 41% below cost projections than this one. I mean, usually when government passes a new program, the costs go way up. This one didn't. Why is that? Because she is in charge. And these providers have to compete against each other for her business. That brought prices down. That brought prescription drugs down. That brought premiums down. That is precisely the kind of lesson that we have learned that we want to apply to the rest of Medicare for my generation. Here's the deal. You know, I look at my mom. It's a perfect example. After my dad died, she got on the bus every day to go to Madison. She got a new degree to get a new skill. She started a small business. You know, no more than 3 employees at any one time, I think. And she paid all her payroll taxes on the promise that Medicare would be there for her. It is. That's a promise we simply must keep. And what we've learned is we can keep that promise for my mom's generation, for those who are within 10 years of retiring, if you reform it for my generation. Let's never forget, right now, that Medicare is making tens of trillions of dollars of promises to people that it has no means of paying for. It's not a partisan thing, it's a math thing. You got 10,000 people retiring each and every day, the baby boomers, and they're going to be doing so for 20 years. But because these are pay-as-you-go programs, my payroll taxes pay for my mom's Medicare, you have a 100% increase in the Medicare beneficiaries, but only a 17% increase in taxpayers coming into the program. For all of those of you who had kids in the 50s and 60s, you did a great job. You had a whole bunch of them. But our birth rates have declined since then. Our population is different. And so when this program, Medicare, grows at 8% a year, and we're doubling the amount of retirees on it, that creates a real fiscal problem. And so President Obama's answer is this. First, take $716 billion from Medicare to pay for Obamacare. Mark my words. Listen to the president's chief actuary. You can't spend the same dollar twice. You can't say, I'm taking $716 billion from the Medicare program from providers and spending it on Obamacare and say that that is good for Medicare, that goes to Medicare. It doesn't. The second thing he does, and this is the more, I think, dangerous proposal of Obamacare, is it puts 15 people in charge of Medicare that he appoints next year. The law doesn't even require that they have any medical training. 15 people, and they're in charge. They get a 6-year term, renewable once, and they are required each and every year, starting in 2014, to cut Medicare payments to providers in ways that lead to denied care for current seniors. So the philosophy, the difference is this. We want to get rid of that Medicare board. We want to stop the rate of Medicare. We believe the best way to save Medicare, the best way to lower prescription prices is to repeal Obamacare. And just what we're proposing is this. It's not unlike the kind of plan I have as a congressman or a federal employee. It works like that prescription drug program. For people 54 and below, when they become Medicare eligible, you get a list of guaranteed choices. Guaranteed plans that are comprehensive, you can't be denied, including traditional Medicare. You pick your plan. They compete against each other for your business, just like we do with the prescription drug program. You pick the plan you like, and then Medicare subsidizes your premiums. 100% out-of-pocket coverage if you're low income or sick. The same kind of coverage you have that middle-income seniors have today, and not as much for higher-income people. Doing it this way, using choice and competition, putting the patient as the center of the equation, not 15 bureaucrats in Washington, is the best way to save and strengthen Medicare, to prevent it from going bankrupt for my generation, and it's the best way to secure this program with no changes for my mom's generation. That is exactly how we propose not to just fix the prescription issue, but to save Medicare from bankruptcy.